Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I see ya. Welcome to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. I'm Dante Payne, and it's about to go down. We got a exciting show for y'all today. We got the Olympics still going, but we got some players getting upgrades on their contract and more. Stay tuned. WNBA will resume in the coming weeks. August 15th will be the first game back. And we got Chicago Sky taking on the Phoenix Mercury in that day. There's more. But those who are to Dragon Sports Live, this is not just your typical sports podcast. This your podcast for sports and music. And the music ain't come from me. It came from you. And if the music did come from me, you get to hear it too. Just like all the other artists that music who I find, independent artists like Dax and more. You'll get to hear that music here on Dragon Sports Live. So, without further ado, let's start our show off right with the lightness from Young Bro here on Dragon Sports Live. And it's about to go down like, yeah.
Hear me, O Lord. Have mercy on me. Lord, be my helper.
Welcome back. That last song you just heard was Won't Lose, Rich from the Pole. But we did get a lot of losers and winners in the MLB as the trade deadline passed on the 30th. And it was a lot of trades. Some teams was very busy in there trying to get the players they write, offloading players, doing that. And I got all the trades that went down that day. But let's take the Orioles, for example. You know, they first required right-hand pitcher Zach Eflin from the Rays for right-hand pitcher Jackson Bernstein and outfielder Mac Ezio and Mark Horvath. Then they end up getting Trevor Rogers from the Marlins, giving up second baseman Connor Norby and Kyle Stowers. Then they get Sir Anthony Dominguez and Christian Percy from the Phillies for Austin Hayes. Gregory Soto from the Phillies. And right-hand pitcher Seth Johnson and, well, I should say they traded right-hand pitcher Seth Johnson and Morris Chase. And then on, like I said, final day of deadline, on deadline day, they acquired outfielder Eloy Jimenez and cash from the White Sox for left-hand pitcher Trey McGrath. Then they got outfielder Austin Slater, shortstop leaving Soto, and cash for the Reds for a player to be named later. They also acquired right-hand pitcher Patrick Raleigh from the Pirates for Billy Cook. And acquired catcher Blake Hunt from the Mariners for right-hand Mike Burney and catcher Mike Perez. And then Colin Selby from the Royals for cash. So they didn't trade any of their prospects, of their top prospects. They traded more like, they didn't go for Tariq Scoble, Blake Snell, or Garrett Crutcher, who wanted to be traded but also wanted an extension. They was building. Because when the Warriors added Gregory Soto and Sir DeAndre, two hard-throwing relievers for the Phillies with potential to have, who have underperformed this season, they got quantity, but not the quality of players that other contending teams did. Red Sox, on the other hand, you know, they traded right-hand pitcher C.J. Wins to the Tigers for cash. Infielder Zach Short to the Braves. Third baseman Pablo Reyes to the Mets. They got first baseman Gary Cooper from the Cubs for cash. Left-hand pitcher James Paxton from the Dodgers for shortstop Moses Boulevard. Lucas Sims from the Reds. Luis Garcia from the Angels. So, you know, a lot of people grade him, the Red Sox, with a C. But you'll see. Yankees. Third baseman J.D. Davis for cash for A's. Shortstop Jordan Groshine, and traded catcher Louis Torrens to the Mets for cash. Got right-hand pitcher Kelly Austin international bonus pool money from Astros for left-hand pitcher Caleb Ferguson. So they was making some trades too. Rays got a slew of players from all these trades They traded right-hand pitcher Phil Martin to the Mets though, but got Cole Sluizer from the Mets. Um, and they basically in the rebuild process. So that's how it's going down. The White Sox, they basically got a D as far as what New York Times gave them as far as grade. They acquired Corey Jukes from the Astros for right-hand pitcher Luis Rodriguez. Acquired shortstop William Barrett from the Phillies for left-handed pitcher Tanner Banks. Still got Garrett Crochet on the roster. Didn't really make any moves. Because Crochet basically said, he kind of did that to himself. He said, or him and his agent said, like, that he wouldn't pitch in the postseason without a contract extension, which complicated trade negotiations. Which I can see why he's still there. But, however, they'll try to trade Crochet in the offseason and Louis Robert Jr. to get the same or better return as they could have gotten now. So we'll see how that goes. Cubs was offloading players as well. They got a few players, but I gotta give it up to the Cubs though, because they won their last few games. They play again tonight against the Cardinals. But looking at the standings, they was on a 2-game win streak. Now they lost the other day, but like I said, they was winning games left and right. They're now 54 and 59, still trailing in the National League Central. It's in at the bottom, but because they 9.5 games behind Milwaukee, we might see a race there, especially in the NL Central. We also might see a race, well, in the, what's the next one? We'll see a race for the NL West, where the Giants, Diamondbacks, Padres, and Dodgers all gonna be vying for first place in the NL West. So you'll see that. Then you got Orioles and Yankees both tied for first place. Both won. So Orioles kind of got the edge because their home record is better. But we'll see. We shall see what goes on and how it goes on from here. Angels Mike Trout hasn't started running yet after setback, but it was found that he has another meniscus tear and will not return this season at all. So they will be without him. Angels also put Luis Rengifo on the injured list with right wrist inflammation. He was placed on the injured list for the second time this season due to this wrist inflammation that he has in his right wrist. And this move was made Saturday, before Saturday's night's game against the New York Mets. Rengifo already missed 15 games in the last month due to wrist problems, and an injury flared up again at the 8th inning at bat on Wednesday. So that is an issue that seems to be ongoing for Rengifo. He might have to get wrist surgery at the end of the season. He might try to stick it out. We don't know. We shall see how it goes, because that's definitely an issue in that game, especially leaving the game like that. Like, I feel for him. I definitely feel for him. So we'll see. Ben Ben Joyce for the Angels. He throws the fastest pitch in the Angels' victory. He retired all four hitters, and he faced in 1 and 3 innings for his first big league save, which concluded with a 104.7 mph fastball. Like I said, the fastest pitch in the majors this season. Doing that 5-4 win over the Mets on Saturday. So that's way to get that out. Blue Jays intentionally walked Yankees Judge with no one on in second. John Snyder had enough by the time Aaron Judge stepped to the plate in the second inning. And the Yankees uttered a slugger less than 24 hours after smashing a 477-foot two-run home run in the first inning Friday night. Had clubbed another two-run shot in his first Saturday. The blast off Blue Jays right-hander Jose. So, coach was like, I had enough of it. We're going to walk him. And wasn't going to give him a chance to, swing for number 42 on the season as far as home runs. Nobody on base and 2 outs. You intentionally walk Judge. Like I said, they didn't take a chance. They didn't want to give him that. Like, we don't want you to blast a home run on us. I get that. Twins will place a statue of Joe Mauer outside of Target Field. It will be a bronze statue of the retired catcher, and Mauer's statue would be the 8th at the ballpark, all designed by Minnesota-based artist Bill Mack. The new statue will be unveiled at some point next season. So we'll see where that goes. That Tigers decided to retire Hall of Fame manager Jim Lehman's number 10 jersey, so nobody else would be able to wear 10. Putting that Hall of Fame manager's name and number in white on a brick wall next to the World Series winner Sparky Anderson. Cool. That's what's up. Max Fried to return and will start today against the Braves. So enjoy that. He is 7-5 with a 3.08 ERA in 18 starts for this season for Atlanta. The two-time All-Star is 69-31 with a 3.04 ERA and 150 field career appearances, 140 starts with the Braves. So he's back. Now I don't know, coming back, I don't know if that can give him the spark that he need, but he is definitely back, y'all. He's definitely back, and he will be playing today. So we'll see how that goes, where it goes. We do got some exciting games to you today, as I mentioned before. Cubs are taking on the Cardinals today. That game comes on ESPN at 6 Central Standard Time. White Sox taking on the Minnesota Twins. That game's on ESPN Plus at 1:10 Central, and Cincinnati taking on San Francisco, and that game's at 11:05 a.m. Central Standard Time on Roku TV. Now, I don't know if we're going to have any more games on Apple TV, but if we do, hopefully we don't have a live interview, and then people gonna start looking at that like every time they do an interview, people tend to mess up or plays go wrong. We'll see. But I do got some more music for y'all here on Dragon Sports Live. After the music, I got Haley Dayton Till the Day I Die, and then followed by AJC and the Envelope Pushers Crying Out. Here on Dragon Sports Live, and then we gonna talk football, where Tariq Cohen gets a contract, reconstructed contract, and more on Dragon Sports Live. Let's get it with Till the Day I Die by Haley Dayton. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. It's about to go down. So, with training camp well on the way, and we just had our first preseason game where we see the 12th man that's allowed on the field to hold the ball. They basically are the placeholder. They can't do nothing else but hold the ball and must get out to play with, can be a part of the play. It must get out to play once the ball is kicked. So you'll see them sprint to the sideline when they try to hold her, getting used to that. And that's more for so in the horrible weather, windy conditions, snow where the ball won't be able to stay on the little stand. So that's in that situation is when you do the holder. And we got to see it in the Hall of Fame game for a little bit before it started raining. Then the game was basically done because of the rain delay. We got to see it. But speaking of that Hall of Fame game, congratulations to Bears players that played with the Bears. Stephen McMichael, Julius Peppers, Devin Hester. Speaking of them being inducted to the Hall of Fame, we also had Patrick Williams, Andre Johnson, Randy Garshon, also inducted as well. So congratulations to all those who got inducted to the Hall of Fame. But in that game, though, now it's the first preseason game, and these are mostly second and third stringers and people on the practice squad who trying to make the team. But I gotta say, they was looking good. I was seeing some good defensive linemen, good offensive line holding that line, just so Brock Rippin can make some plays. He was making some good plays, showing that he still got it. He's a 6-year vet, by the way. Tyson Bennett even made some good throws. The line was holding up pretty well, and it was looking pretty good in that. Now, I want to see Caleb Williams connect, like at least for a drive, but we'll see probably the next game come in for a series or two and let him throw some balls. But Bears, like I said, Bears was looking pretty good in that Hall of Fame game, which is basically let you know that football is back. It's the opening preseason game. They was looking good. I gotta say, the kickoff, nobody, like far as the kickoff, the kick returns, I think the highest was 21 yards, and that was about it. We'll see more as we get used to it. Like, it's something to get used to. You can't leave too early and stuff like that. So take the preseason to work on that. Get all that out your system now and get your practice in and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. And like I said, I like what I see on that. Rams lose a slew of players to injury. So Rams cornerback Darius Williams, he's out. It'll take about, they looking at it from week to week. He has a hamstring strain. So like I said, he's definitely out of the lineup. Also, left guard Jonah Jackson has a bruised scapula, so his is day to day. But they also lose right tackle Rob Havenstein, who has an ankle injury and is week to week to return. So that's left guard Jonah Jackson, right tackle Rob Havenstein, left tackle Alaric Jackson, who's dealing with an ankle injury as well. And they're day to week to week, basically, on their return. Titus DeAndre Hawkins, who injured his knee, won't need surgery, but he is out several weeks. He suffered the knee injury early this week and missed practice on Friday and Saturday. But like I said, he won't need surgery. But let's call it several weeks to see what it is. It was initially that he would be out 4 to 6 weeks, but they optimistic he'll return before the season opener against the Bears on Chicago September 8th. Traylon Burks will be the primary replacement while Hopkins is out. And Cardinals give linebacker Zevin Collins a 2-year extension. That 2-year extension on Saturday, keeping him with the team through to 2026, and it's worth $14 million, including $11.25 million in guarantees, and which that's a big move for the Cardinals. Keeping your linebacker on the fold, keeping them around in the midst of stat. So we got some drama brewing with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers showing his short fuse and leadership in the camp. You know, kind of like what Brady does when you mess up. But Aaron Rodgers had this thing: if the ball hit your hands, you could have caught it. Don't be messing up my passes and stuff like that. He basically, him and Garrett Wilson was into it on the sideline, being a little animated, but it's all good. It's all good and good. Definitely is all good. Patriots defensive tackle Christian Barmore is out indefinitely due to blood clots. We'll hopefully see him back on the field, but that depends on Christian. Like, once he gets approved and gets cleared, that depends on him if he will be back. But the Patriots is more than welcome to bring him back. Now, on the other hand, Patriots turn and give Devon Goddard a 2-year extension. And Matthew Judon, they met with him, and he was in practice on Friday and Saturday. He still was in a whole in for a new contract, so he was there. He just wasn't practicing, doing on field activities, but they did met with him and he was practicing. So let's see if he get that contract extension that he wants. Let's see what they gonna talk about. His agent and the team. Let's see what they do. NFL will test the Hawkeye for the line to game in preseason games. So you'll see that, like, it'll be a Hawkeye line. Like, okay, this is the line of the game. They're going to test that out in preseason and see how that goes. Dallas Cowboys lose pass rusher Sam Williams to a torn ACL in their first padded practice. So, ACL, he's done. He's done for the year. Panthers running back Rashad Penny is retiring from the NFL after 6 seasons. He's calling it quits. Lions defensive end vet John Cominsky is out Tuesday. He was out on Tuesday with a torn MCL in his right knee. Steelers rookie Roman Wilson exits on Tuesday with an ankle injury. And both Fields and Wilson splitting first team reps. Fields trying to rejuvenate his career. Well, no, he's trying to show you what he's capable of, but he's definitely the quarterback of the future. Jaguars signed Tyson Campbell to a 4-year, $76.5 million extension. And Bears, they paid wide receiver DJ Moore with they gave him a 4-year, $110 extension, which is the largest contract in franchise history. 82.6 guaranteed, which was firing. In my case, that's firing shots at the Cowboys because CeeDee Lamb still hasn't got a new contract yet and was holding out. So DJ Moore is firing shots at the he firing shots at the Cowboys. That's how I feel like that they was firing shots at the Cowboys on that note. So they was like shots fired, pow pow. What y'all gonna do about y'all wide receiver? Because we just paid ours. Army seeks to get $6 million in a deal that like a breach of contract deal with UFL and The Rock, because they got no recruits, and that deal was to help them get and gain recruits. So they had a $11 million deal, but now they seeking to get $6 million back of it. Let y'all know what that goes on that. Vikings signed ex-Broncos quarterback Fabian Moreau. It's their fourth. It's their fourth cornerback in 8 days, but they lost cornerback Mekhi Blackman to a torn ACL. So they just really trying to, since they lost Mekhi Beckham, they trying to just fill that void. But like I said, it was their fourth in 8 days. Giants signed vet Olin Greg Van Roten to a 1-year deal. And 49ers left tackle Trent Williams is still holding out because he wants a new contract as well. Broncos offensive tackle Quinn Bailey fractures his ankle at practice and had to be carted off. And I think his season is done, but we'll see. Depending on severity of that, I'll let y'all know more on when I find out more about that. But Browns running back Dante Foreman is okay. After taking a blow to the head, he was taken to the hospital, but he does have movement in his extremities, and he's good. Former Bear and Jets running back kick return Tariq Cohen is retiring from the NFL. He basically, since he had that torn ACL injury 1 year, and then he had the torn Achilles injury during a workout, like he synced that on that. He basically hasn't really recovered from that, so he decided to call it quits, which is a short career season. They had a lot of potential for them, but sometimes injuries get the best of us, and sometimes it's a mental thing. So big ups to him on his endeavors, but I hope he continues to strive and do other things. Broncos offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs gets a 5-year, $163.63 million contract extension, makes him the highest paid offensive lineman with $88.22 guaranteed, which is crazy because they also lose offensive lineman Sue Opa to ACL injury. So made him the highest, but he deserved it. He been doing a lot of blocking and protecting the quarterback, and yeah. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert has a foot. He was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis, but he should be ready by week 1. We shall see. Seahawks Geno Smith is getting tested on a pair of injuries, and let you know what that is. And I don't know if y'all remember this, but remember when the judge said that the NFL would have to pay $4.7 billion in the NFL Sunday ticket? Well, today the judge overturns that $4.7 billion. Basically stated that the guys that was suing has no physical evidence and was in the wrong and shouldn't be counted. But it's overturned. So judge work actually goes with the NFL on this one. LSU reinstates cornerback Javen Taverno on charge of video viewerism. On that, as that it's investigation goes, but he was reinstated. On the other hand, Georgia wide receiver Rodarius Thomas has been dismissed from the team because he was charged with a felony of cruelty, family endangerment, and something else. I can't remember the rest of it, but he was dismissed. Kirby Smart basically was like, "That's not right. Like, you're no longer a part of this team." So he was dismissed. Mel Tucker is suing Michigan State over his firing. Felt like because of the sexual assault that he didn't get the due process that he didn't get the due process, and his firing was just basically unjust and unfair. TCU adding Dana Holstrom, who used to be Houston head coach, and Ty Graham, Arizona and Hawaii head coach, to the staff. So they're gonna be looking pretty stacked. Pretty stacked. That's the way to go. Definitely, that's the way to go. Commanders rookie Jaden Daniels will play in the preseason opener. Yeah, that's going to be happening this Saturday against the New York Jets. So we will see Jaden Daniels on there. So we'll see him there on that day. So we definitely would see him on the game. Panthers say running back Jonathan Brooks won't play in the preseason. He had surgery in November to repair an ACL injury suffered while at the University of Texas. Will not play during the preseason, and his status for the opener is doubtful at the best. So we will not see him, but we will see more. Jaguars waived the son of Doug Peterson, Josh Peterson, who's a tight end on the Jaguars team. Waived him, injured tight end Josh Peterson. He suffered an ankle injury during Friday's practice and did not practice on Saturday. If Peterson clears waivers, he will revert to the team's injury reserve list. But Peterson played 3 games last season and did not have a catch. To take his place on the roster, Jaguars signed tight end Chris Mygrick, who has 10 catches for 82 yards and 3 touchdowns in 24 games with the New York Giants. But they also waived running back Lorenzo Lingard and signed running back Gary Brentwell, who has 164 yards and a touchdown rushing, 11 catches for 92 yards in 37 games with the Giants. So they're basically just getting all the Giants players or going out there that way. That's all they doing. Getting those ticks in. Arizona Cardinals linebacker BJ Ojulari, he's out for the season. He suffered a torn ACL, which, like I said, it's kind of one of the popular things in football. You get a lot of ACL injury, hamstring injuries, and stuff like that. Dolphins Tyreek Hill gets a restructured contract, $90 million deal with $65 million guaranteed. There was no New Year's added to his already 4-year, $120 million extension that he signed with the team in 2022. But the $106 million in updated, fully guaranteed money is the most ever for a wide receiver. So I think he deserves it, and he's fast, very fast, and he's starting to get faster. If I peep right, he's getting faster. So we'll give y'all a look on that. But let's take a quick short. Well, it ain't short, but let's take a music break. I got Plain Jane's Opposition coming up on Dragon Sports Live followed by Stay Away, Christina Gila on Dragon Sports Live. Let's get it now. Welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. That last song you just heard was Stay Away From Me by Christina's Gilead. We can't stay away from what's happening in the Olympics. We can't stay away right now because what was said is that we it's like shorts in my headphones. It's all good. I'll fix that later. But yeah, we can't stay away from the Olympics when USA, who's been dominating, have secured the top seed after the win over Puerto Rico. So they did that. They routed them 104-83 with your high man being Edwards with 26 points. And that's off the bench. LKD gave you 11. LeBron gave you 10. Tatum gave you 10. And B gave you 15. Booker gave you 9. Curry gave you 8. Only person that didn't really score in that game was Halliburton. Bam gave you 3. But they was making plays left and right. And women are playing currently right now and lead 54-43 in the third against Germany. So, and your current high person right now is Breanna Stewart and Aja Wilson, both with 10 and 13 respectively. On that, with 3:10 left to go in the third, can they hold on and secure the 3-0 victory? Like, can they do it? I think so. I definitely think so. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, they are out. South Sudan lost to Serbia and slams referee and travesty on the women's 3-on-3. They stay alive. So United States, Germany, Spain, and Canada advanced to the semis in women's 3-on-3 basketball on Saturday. Because U.S. had beat China 21-13. Canada posted a 21-10 over Australia. Darica Hamby had 9 points, 5 rebounds. And it's the team's 5th straight victory after an 0-3 start in the tournament. So they in the semis. Like I said, men's basketball earned top seed in medal round. Germany beats France undefeated in men's hoop. And Canterbury carried the short-handed U.S. men to 2 victories Friday in the 3-on-3 pool play at Paris. Barry scored 14 points in a 21-17 win over China in the nightcap after dropping 15 in a 21-19 victory over France earlier Friday. So, they there. They go in the pool play. Let's see how that goes. Nigerian women reaches Olympic quarterfinals with historic win. that's what's going on with the Olympics right now. But in the NBA though, it's yeah, in the NBA, we had Kobe statue was Staples Center locker sells for a record 2.9 million at an auction. And Rudy Fernandez decides to retire from the NBA, but he sees he has played in 6 Olympics. Yeah, only player to play in 6, only men's player to play in 6 Olympics. So this is his 6th and final Olympic. That time came to an end Friday. So big ups to him on that. Had a well deserved career, well lifted, well rounded. Played with the Nuggets and Trailblazers during this time. Decided to call it quits. But like I said, the only male to attend 6 Olympics. So big ups to him on that. Gordon Hayward retires from the NBA after an incredible ride. He was last traded with the Thunder in the trade, but he decides to call it quits. He had one hell of a ride, returned from a gruesome ankle injury that he got when he was with the Celtics in his first game in the Celtics uniform. So he calling it quit, and we'll see. After 14 seasons, well rounded in that. So, hey, big ups to him on that note. Kentucky Wildcats basketball will hold an open tryout on August 30th. To probably add more to their team. Anybody who walk on, that's when they do the walk ons and all that stuff. They don't hold tryouts. Let's see if you make the team. Are you game? Are you square to make that team for Kentucky? We'll see. We definitely will see. Scoring update. Gave y'all a little scoring update, and then it's a wrap though. South Carolina, and to host UConn February 16th. Might be a exciting match to see. Definitely be a exciting match, but that's what's really going on right now. Ain't too much. Well, Knicks re-signed forward Precious Iowa to a 1-year deal worth $6 million. Hawks acquired forward David Roddy from the Suns for EJ Liddell on Monday. Hawks also waived center Bruno Fernando and signed Dominic Barlow to a 2-way contract. Cavs give Jared Allen a 3-year $91 max extension, and Grizzlies guard Luke Kennard gets a 1-year deal worth $11 million to stay in the Grizzlies fold. So that's what's going on with that. Then, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Ain't nothing too fancy right now. So right now, we gonna take this time and we gonna give y'all some more next week. Same time, same place. Right here in Dragon Sports Live. I'll catch y'all next week, guys. Peace out. Yeah.